Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Recovery Classroom. My name is Drew. I am an alcoholic, and today I'm a recovering alcoholic, and I could not be any more grateful. Real quick, if you're local to the Huntington, West Virginia area, I want to encourage you to swing down by and visit my friends tonight at 630 8th Avenue in Huntington at the Point Cafe. Tonight at 7 o'clock, it's the Open Pathways Crosstalk meeting. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So go on down and check it out tonight at 7 o'clock. I want to talk today about a somewhat controversial topic, at least within the rooms of recovery. It's about relapse and some of those emotions that come along in the event of a relapse. When I first came in the rooms in 2013, I turned around and went right the fuck back out. I wanted nothing to do with AA, wanted nothing to do with God. I'll figure it out on my own. And I did good. I was like sober like 4.5 years roughly. I think 4 years and 4 months, something like that. And in August of 2017, I took a drink and I remember I set it down and I was like, okay, I'm good. I used that. I was so proud of myself. I used that as an example to my wife and my kids. See, I'm not an alcoholic. I've got control of this. I'm good. I think around the time November of 2017, the Astros won the World Series that year. I took a drink to celebrate and said, oh, I'm good. By January of 2018, I was back to drinking every single day. And I remember how disappointed I felt. I remember it's like, man, here I am. I'm back here again. Holy shit, how did I get here? I just wasted 4.5 years. Okay, well, let's pick ourselves up by the bootstraps and try it again. And so I would get sober maybe, and I did good for maybe 3 more months or something like that. And then I would relapse. And then I'd get sober for like 2 months and then I'd relapse. And every relapse, I was like, oh my God, I'm pissing away 3 months, or I pissed away 2 months, or I pissed away a couple of weeks. I was doing good. I could not figure out how I had such a problem with, being able to say no, don't pick up that drink. It was so stark. But I remember the depression, me beating myself up over the fact, it's like, I just pissed this away and I was doing good and et cetera, et cetera. It really beat me down. And finally, by, January of 2020, I stopped trying. I didn't care about the relapse. Matter of fact, I had the attitude, and I was talking with an alcoholic yesterday who made this comment, and it stuck with me. Man, it hit me hard. They said, if I'm going to count this as a relapse, then by God, I'm going to make it count. And Bill writes about that. Might as well go ahead and get good and drunk, right? By January of 2020, that's exactly where I was at. I didn't care anymore. Fuck it. I might as well go ahead and get good and drunk. If somebody's going to count this as a relapse, well, by God, I'm going to make sure that they're able to count it. And that's where I was at. And so, and then finally coming into the rooms, into the program, working with a qualified sponsor, working through the steps, reading the big book, understanding what Bill was trying to write, I realized, you know what? At the end of the day, it's not so much about counting the relapse. It's about counting my recovery and making sure this is my last recovery that I ever have to go through. I am not cured of my alcoholism by any means. A friend of mine says, alcoholism, not wasm. I'm still an alcoholic. The difference is today, I made sure that my last recovery, I made that recovery count. And then that's the question I want to ask you. What are you counting? I had this conversation with that alcoholic yesterday. What are we counting? Are we counting the days? Are we counting the relapses? Or are we counting on the recovery? That's what I'm counting today, is the fact that every single day I wake up and I get another chance at life. People say all the time that relapse doesn't have to be part of your story. It can be. That's not for me to decide. It's not my fucking story. It's your story to write. For me, yes, relapse was part of my story from the early days coming into the rooms. It was part of my story. It didn't have to be. It didn't have to be part of my story. But guess what? It's my fucking story to write. It's not anyone else's story. Every day I get to wake up and write a new chapter. I get to close out the old chapter and start a new chapter. And that's what I love about being in the rooms of Alcoholics Anonymous, being in the rooms of recovery, is every day I open my eyes. From the second I wake up, I get to start writing my chapter, writing another chapter to my story. And I want to encourage you, focus, if you relapse, it's easy for you to beat yourself down. It's easy for you to look back and go, oh, I pissed this away. No, you didn't. I didn't piss away that 4.5 years I was sober. I remember clearly what I was doing in that 4.5 years. I remember the time spent with my family. I remember all the things, all the activities we did together. I was able to enjoy in that 4.5 years. I don't remember a whole hell of a lot after that 4.5 years, admittedly, because I started drinking again. Kind of like what I said yesterday. How do you know? The time you were sober, you didn't piss it away. You still have it, you still remember it, but you get to start today. You get to put all that on the shelf and move forward from today. When you woke up this morning, this is your chance. You get a chance every hour, every minute you're still breathing. You get another chance. Start writing your new chapter with every opportunity that you're given, because not every opportunity is guaranteed to us. So with that being said, I'll let you guys go. Thank you guys for letting me come in and share 5 to 10 minutes of your day with you. You guys absolutely keep me sober, and I could not be any more appreciative. If there's a topic you'd like to hear discussed, feel free to send it to me in an email, Drew, D-R-E-W, at recoveryclassroom.org. I'll take a look at it and see what we can do. We'll be talking again soon. Remember, guys, you can't get drunk if you don't take that first drink.